First day of class, spaz, I'm kinda laden. Second day, fixed reps, making them sound amazing. Hanging with the F's, Chi's, alphas, and thetas. Father was a Q, so you know I'm living Omega.
So number 7 is, if you want or / need to be that girl / guy, get involved as soon as possible. Make sure you talk to people even before you start college by finding people on Twitter, IG, and Facebook that are going to your school. Message them and talk to them about their major, what dorm they're staying in, what are they excited about and worried about. So going into college, I did not know that college was for anything else other than getting a degree in the thing that you want to do with your life. I thought you go into college, you focus on academics, and you get out. I did not know that college was somewhat like high school all over again. Literally, there are like the cliques, just like high school. There's the people that everybody wants to be up their butt, just like high school. And then there's the people that nobody cares about. And the only people that cares about those people that nobody cares about are those people's like niche little group and friends, but that are like outside of the popular group. And the most irritating thing about college is that, unlike high school, people try to deny that there is this popular group, that there are people that don't feel included. And I'm mostly speaking about like the black community, because also, if you do not know, at least at my school, and I've heard that it's the same at other schools, it's very segregated. It's self-segregated. People do not mingle with other races and cultures on campus. And if you find somebody that does, which there are people that do, I know some people that have a very different friend group, those people are just real different and like eclectic and stuff. And not too many people are that I have experienced in my life are like that and are capable of doing that. So for the most part, people stick to their race and their culture. So on my campus, the Somali or Muslim students stick together, black students stick together, Africans stick together, Asians stick together. The Puerto Ricans and stuff are kind of mixed in with the black people. Yeah, so everybody kind of sticks to their race and culture. So that's why when I speak, I'm mostly talking about the African American and black students on my campus. So in that group, there's cliques and stuff like that, and people don't care about certain people, and they write other people off, or they take somebody else's word over somebody else's, or even take one little experience or situation about that person and write them off as a person, even though they might be doing all these other great and brilliant things. This has happened with me, this happened with other people that I know, and it's just like high school all over again. So if you want to be that girl, that guy, popular, the one that everybody cares about, the one that everybody's talking about, cares about, wants to be up your butt, all the girls want you, all the guys want you, then put yourself out there. Like week 1, day 1, talk to people during orientation before school even starts. Like, talk to people. I know this one girl who said she introduced herself to everybody in orientation. She's kind of crazy. I like her personally, but she put herself out there and talked to all these people during orientation. And then she said that like in January or something, when I met her, she was just talking, and she said she was talking to her friends, and she was like, yeah, I put myself out there and talked to all these people, and people probably thought I was like super crazy during orientation, but guess what? I'm still friends with all those people, and I've grown relationships with those people, and it probably would have never happened if I didn't introduce myself to them. But she seemed to be like an outgoing person. But also at the same time, if you want to be that guy or girl, that's fine. But for the people that you just know in your heart and your soul that you don't want to be that person, or you can't be that person even if you do want to, it is okay. Like, I'm an outgoing person, but I'm shy. I don't talk to people first. A lot of people over my lifetime have thought that I was conceited and stuff because I just like sit back and like just look at people and stuff because I don't have anything to say. People that have a whole bunch to say with people they don't know, I don't understand them. I don't know why they have so much to say. I don't. So it is okay if you cannot be that person. The number one thing that I've learned and have dealt with over the last couple years is not envying other people, not wanting somebody else's friends or life and stuff like that, and accepting me for who I am and accepting the people that I attract in my life and the friends that I do have, because my friends that I do have and have ended up with are freaking bomb. Like, I don't have 1,000,001 friends. I may know a lot of people, but I don't have friends I can just call and be like, let's roll. I only have a few people, especially at school, that I can call and just be like, what's up, what's popping, what's going on with your life, and they tell me everything and I tell them everything. So it is okay to not be that person, and it's okay if you don't make friends right away. You will make friends, and I've had like a difficult time making friends and had an off and on type friend situation at college. So I can make a separate video about that if you guys want to hear about it. So if you want to hear about it, comment below or thumbs up. Let's move on to number 8. I would definitely encourage people to start to grow up. Be aware of your financial aid and finances, even if your parents will be doing it. Sit down with them and have them show you. Even if your parents are claiming you on their taxes, I would recommend you sit down with them and see how taxes are done. Take charge now so it's easier for you when you graduate. I think it is a complete disservice for parents to take complete control over their child's finances and just things that are more serious in their life while they're in college, because they need to learn that. College is about growing up. It's not just about getting a degree. It's not. Like I just said, like knowing people and having people like you is just a part of life. It's not going to stop in college. So you have to find ways to maneuver through that as you get older and go through life even beyond college. So also, you need to start learning how to take care of things that are important, such as your finances. Finances are like the most important thing in college. You don't have the money, you can't go. People say education is priceless. Education is not priceless. It has a very big price on it. And a lot of people drop out. Like literally when you go to college, the people you come in with, they're not going to be there at the end. Half those people are not going to be there at the end. It's just not going to happen. And most of the time, it's not because they couldn't get the grades. It's not because they were just completely stressed out and couldn't take it. Half the time it's because they didn't have the money. So sit down with your parents and talk about budgets, talk about your taxes, talk about doing the FAFSA, and sit down with them and learn how to do it, and maybe even do it yourself and just have them check it. It is really important that you start to grow up and be able to be responsible while you're in college and entering into your 20s, because you don't want to come out of school 23 to 25 and not know anything. Yes, you're still young, and yes, you still have time if that ends up being the case, but you will definitely be better off if you know what you're doing as you progress through college and as you progress throughout your mid-20s, late 20s, and the rest of your life. I would not give up the fact that my parents just couldn't help me the way that maybe younger parents could have, or parents with more money could have for their child. I am glad that my parents could not be as hands-on as other people's parents, as some other people's parents, because regardless of what anybody thinks about me, because my family does watch my videos, so regardless of what anybody thinks, I have grown up, and even if it doesn't show through my actions, like, it's up here. The lessons that I've learned are up here, and at least I know right from wrong, because some people don't even know. And that's the thing, is that it's important for you as someone that is entering into adulthood to know how to do these things, to understand why you have to sacrifice and budget and stuff for the long run. And so that's just my number 8. I think that is really, really important to grow up and to be aware of what's going on in your life, because your parents may be taking care of it, but it's not their life that's being affected at the end of the day. At some point, you won't have your parents anymore, as hard as that is to think about, and you're going to be on your own, and you're going to need to know things, and they're not going to be able to do it for you anymore. So number 9, seek out mentors, and when mentors come to you, take advantage of their wisdom and help while you can. Never think you have time later, because you might not. So there were so many people in my college career that have reached out to me and just seem to have taken a liking to me and always stop me walking through Baker, which is our main building on campus, kind of the center of everything on campus, and stop me walking down the street and stuff, and just talk to me and ask me how I am and tell me about different opportunities and stuff like that. And there's a few people that I didn't take advantage of them telling me come to my office hours, or I would see certain teachers around and I was like, I don't know, I just wanted to know about them. Who are you? I keep seeing you around. What do you do? What's your job? And I never reached out to find out. And now that person's gone, it's moved on to another job at another university. So I will never have gained the knowledge and wisdom from them that I could have, because I just didn't reach out. I didn't take advantage of the opportunity that was sitting in front of me or offered to me to have that person as a mentor and someone to give me wisdom and to guide me and help me out in the future. So I would definitely just say, if someone reaches out to you, or if you're intrigued by someone, talk to them. Go sit with them in their office hours. Go do whatever you can with them. Go to events, things that they're holding and things like that. Just reach out to them, because you never know what you can gain from that experience, and you may think that they're always going to be there and that you can have another time to talk to them, but you might not end up having that time to talk to them. So definitely take advantage of those opportunities. And then number 10, which is my final tip. So remember your dreams and goals and why you came to college. Never put yourself in a box, and be thankful you are now a part of the 1% that gets to go to college. Thank those that give you help and scholarships and graduate. So I think along the road of being in college, people forget why they're in college. When it's time to go party and having fun with your friends and making friends and being involved, people forget the ultimate number 1 reason why they are in college: to get the degree for what you want to do for the rest of your life. That is why you're in college. Never, ever, ever forget that, because when you forget that, that's when you start making mistakes, and that's when you might just be up through. Okay, so don't forget why you came to college. That's the number 1 thing that you have to think about every single day. When you don't want to stay up any longer, you have to think about your purpose and what this degree means to you. When you want to go to a party over studying and you're failing a class or not doing as good as you want to, you have to remember why you are in college. And then also, never put yourself in a box. For example, when I was taking psychology, it was just the intro psychology, general college university requirement. So I was doing bad because I was focusing so much on my math class and not that class. And then one day I was taking the test. I'm always the last person out. So there was one more person in there, and he went to the teacher and asked him, so when am I going to do my retake, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, and that was like one of the last tests. I don't know, it was like the test before the final. It was only like 2 weeks of classes left. And I realized this student is retaking his test. I could have asked the teacher to retake the test I did bad on. So I was putting myself in this box without even knowing it. And I was a freshman, and as a freshman, sometimes you just don't know any better. You don't know what you can and cannot do. And so you're just so used to high school and nobody, like, feeling like nobody cares or nobody's gonna help you, or it's just a wrap once something happens, that you aren't thinking that there's another way, that I can ask the teacher, plead the teacher, beg the teacher to give me another chance. And that applies to anything in life. Do not put yourself in a box. I also learned that through the multicultural program that I was in as a freshman. When we were doing our big meeting, we did this activity where they said, do this, accomplish this. And we all tried to accomplish it one way, when we could have did it multiple ways. And so we put ourselves in a box without even knowing it. And the lesson of that was, don't put yourself in a box. And I've always remembered that. Since 4 years ago, I remember that activity, and I remember, like, I don't know, there was just a light bulb in my head, like, wow, like, you really can put yourself in a box and not know it, and miss out on opportunities and ways to advance your life, because you're not thinking outside the box. You're not thinking about all the possibilities and options that you have. So definitely don't put yourself in a box. And there are so many people that do not get to go to college. And, you know, so many people are like, just go down on college, like, you don't need college, why you in college, you could do that without college. Yes, you can. Yes, there's a lot of ways to make money now, and there are things that you do not need a degree for. But there are some things that you do need a degree for. And then also, even if college costs so much money and takes so much time and all these other things, the experiences that you get through college and the opportunities and the study abroad that cost next to none, that might cost you tens of thousands of dollars if you were doing it on your own, that is just such an experience and opportunities that you cannot get any other place. The network that you build, the people with PhDs that you meet, how else would you meet those people? How else would you meet those people and have those people connected to you and meet you and like you and grow a relationship with you? There's no other place in the world where that can happen other than college. It's just not. So I recommend anybody to go to college. And I'm telling you, I have struggled, and I'm struggling right now in relation to college and being in college. But I would not take back my experience or my time. I would not take back the nights that I did not sleep. I would not take back anything. I would do it over again, and I might do it smarter. But I would go to college. And I personally feel bad for people that do not have the opportunity to go to college. So unfortunately, the Canon that I was recording on keeps saying the card is full when the card isn't full. So I'll be finishing this video on my phone. So if you see a quality change, that is why. My phone's pretty cool, so hopefully it's all good. So where was I at? Oh, I was on the last one. So I was just saying that people that don't see college as relevant, I honestly feel bad for those people, just because, I mean, they don't even know. Half those people don't even know what they're talking about because they've never even been to college. So yeah, they're just saying that, and they think college isn't for them. And maybe, like, I guess certain things probably aren't for people. Maybe college isn't for everybody, but the experience that you get and the things you learn and how you grow over those 4 years and the connections that you're able to make is just absolutely priceless. And I just couldn't imagine not going to college, and I would never ever tell someone not to go to college. It would really depend if I would ever say that. So yeah, everybody that's in college is very fortunate to be a part of the 1% that gets to go to college. I think it's 1% that gets to go to college, or it's 1% that graduates from college. It's one of those two. But either way, very small percentage, and that's talking about in reference to like all of America. So I mean, that's a very small percentage. And so then the last few things that I have to tell you guys as far as tips are small little things that are actually kind of important. So how to say the plural of syllabus. So if you have, so a syllabus is something that you are given on the first day of class that will outline the grading criteria for the class, the books that you will need, university policies, and your schedule for the year, and things that you guys will be doing, and projects and papers and all that type of stuff. So every single class will most likely have a syllabus. So when you say syllabus, that is meaning one. But when you are talking about all of your classes and all of every single syllabus for each class, you are to say syllabi. It's not syllabuses. You understand, like, that really gets on my nerves, especially when like juniors and seniors keep saying syllabuses. That's absolutely positively not a word, and I hope it will never be like a word, and I don't think it's going to be a word anytime soon, but definitely the word is syllabi. So do not say syllabuses. You do not add an S, you add an I to the end, and it's syllabi. Then get accustomed to remembering the call number and abbreviated name of your classes. When people ask what class you're in, they want to know that and not the whole name or topic. So calculus is math 2301. So I mean, calculus is like a small word, so you could say I'm in calc, but when people say what class you're in, they kind of want to know like the name and then the number. So math 2301. Or say you're in plant biology, then you would say I'm in bios 1120 or whatever the number is, and the abbreviated name. So you wouldn't say I'm in psychology of blah blah blah. You would tell somebody I'm in psych 1000. Okay, so remember that. Then also learn your student ID number. You will need it for the next 4 to 6 years, so just learn it, get it over with. So like at OU we have like a 8-9 digit number, and it starts with like a P. So just memorize that number, because a lot of times you don't need to have your card, your ID number, as long as you know the number. But if you don't know the number and you don't have your card, then guess what? You're not about to get whatever you were trying to get. So also check your school email every day at least once, and preferably more. Set it up to go to your phone. That is really, really important. I think it is really important to have a smartphone in college, just because of all the things that you need to be doing on it. If you're going to be really involved, if you're going to be a part of orgs, a lot of orgs use GroupMe's, or if you have a group project, you use a GroupMe to talk to everybody. But if you don't have a smartphone, you don't have internet on your phone, how are you going to use the GroupMe? You can't use the GroupMe. So I would invest in a smartphone. If you can, if you can't, you'll live. People do it every day. But if you can, I would go ahead and do that. Then also, just check your email. Like, I've missed so many things that I would like to do and stuff because I didn't check my email. It's ridiculous. Then this goes back to tip number 3, which was about your major and everything and finishing on time. So there's 3 things that apply for SAP, which I think SAP stands for Satisfactory Academic Progress. And so those are the 3 things that you need to always meet every single year that you're in college, or you will not get financial aid. So one of those things is like obviously being on academic probation. And some schools will, if you get on academic probation, you have like 2 semesters to pull your, to show improvement at least. As a minimum to be in college, I think at my college is like a 2.5. And I swear 2.5 is not hard to get, but for some people it is hard for whatever reason. And they end up on academic probation and have to at least show improvement or get up to a 2.5. If you get below a 2.5 consistently and stay on academic probation, then you can lose your financial aid, which for some people that means that you will not be going to college anymore because you don't have the money to pay out of pocket. So that's one of the things for SAP. And then one of the other things is if you reach 180 credit hours, you can no longer get financial aid. because it should take 180 credit hours or less to get an undergraduate degree. So as an undergraduate, you cannot go over 180 credit hours. But once you get into your master's or PhD, then your credits, like, there's different amounts of credits and different things that you have to meet and a different pool of money that you get for financial aid. So it changes. But for undergraduate, it's 180 credit hours. And I'm not sure if this is nationwide for SAP, since like financial aid is federal money. So it might be nationwide, I think. So I would definitely check into that and make sure if it is statewide or federal. Because if it's federal, then I would assume that the SAP applies to every single college in America. And then there's a third thing, which I cannot remember, so I will try to figure that out and insert it somewhere in the video. And then also my last tip, small little tip, is keep your notebooks and binders organized and have bulk of essentials like pencils, highlighters, pens, binders, notebooks, folders, permanent markers, Post-its, staplers, and staples, and things like that. You're always going to need those. You're always going to run out if you're doing your work like you should be. And you're just going to always need them. And then even if you have too much, like, I feel like you're always going to need some of these things throughout life in general. So especially like notebooks, pens, all that type of stuff. You're always going to need it whether you're in college or not. So I hope that you guys found this video helpful. Hopefully it's not too long. And just let me know, do you guys want to see shorter videos, longer videos? I personally like long videos, and I absolutely hate when my YouTubers don't have long videos. So let me know what you guys want to see. And then comment below if this helped you out at all. Comment below if you are going to college, what school you're going to, and what you're excited for and what you're worried about. And I will try and respond as well, because I was a peer mentor at my school, so I had to answer these types of questions all the time and address people's worries and like talk about what they're excited about and all that type of stuff. So just let me know. And also, if you've already started school, let me know how the first week of classes have gone for you. Have you made friends? Do you like your roommate and all the type of stuff? And if you ever need any advice, feel free to message me, comment, find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever. So I hope you guys like this video. If you like it, make sure you thumbs it up, and I will see you guys later. Bye.
Mama wants the A's, I promise her that I'm passing. Get this college degree, just hope that it's everlasting. Further my education, frat boy aroma. Used to live placid, but now want this diploma. I'm 19, sitting in a pool full of debt. You hear me, Robbie, make them disappear with music, that's the hobby. Can't stand the scale of success, cause I don't have 4 O's, and these 4 O's ain't helping me be the best. But yo, my mind is past the Richter, fix up my habits. Grades meant more than my rapping talents. I make it improve professors, they wrong, I must confess her. I ain't taking no silly jokes. Look at the verses that I wrote and pictures that I scribbled. Scriptures from this pencil, Lancer, I'm cutting deep with these word against chill, I'm getting the tissue, making my way to Mitchell. Homework, I can't stand it. Rock rims with them jamming. Assist from Ricardo, DJ pick the roll. Kate, nobody stop me, I'm flushing it down the hole. Yo, should probably listen to the lectures that I'm told. Let's go, elementary like Froggy in the toe. What you know, man, I'm not student loans feel like mediocres. Monster, I'm mediocre, shooting meteors at okras. Can't wait to get degree, fix your weight debris. Looking at my classmates, hope they remember me. Sheesh, the college diet, beer, easy mac and ramen. Terrible Huffman breakfast, in the mirror when rhyming. Cool fellow and fellow, I'm taking naps and naps. Slaying her and Slater, rocking the Cleveland hat like